The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Relyn Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and tonight I'll be playing Jacqueline Duran of Clan Ventru.
And I'm Lady Merowith, and I will be playing Eleanor Thurston of Clan Malkavian.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
I'm Gavin, and I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
I'm Mickey Bear, and I play Sam Grant, Clan Bruja.
And as you can see, Destiny is unable to make it, which is unfortunate, but we're going to actually pick up right about from the last episode. Now, in the last episode, this coterie had a number of things go down. Roscoe met with Sun Chi. Lamar had an interesting phone call. Jackie met with her sire once again. Eleanor had not only a vision, but a stroke of logic that, well, only Clan Malkavian are truly known for. And poor Sam lost his shit. We are picking up right in the conference room where this last episode left off.
Jackie is looking at the debris as it is and picking up the photos that were strewn from the table. You know, I think when the workers start their work tomorrow to rehab this place, I will have them outfit this room with padded walls and blow-up furniture.
Let me cover it.
Thank you, Roscoe. I appreciate that. I will, of course, pay the invoice, but I will have you reimburse me for the expenses for this room.
Absolutely.
That man
Not a problem.
put a table
Through the wall.
or wall.
Mm-hmm. Into the wall,
I mean,
yes.
Look at the skill he had by not hitting any of us.
I was
I don't
standing
think that
right
was-
next to him.
I don't think that was skill at all. I think that was dumb luck on all of our parts.
No, I think he showed incredible restraint. He was, I believe, frenzied. I chased after him to try to get him to talk.
Restraint.
And he actually had the will to tell me he was unfit for company, basically. So I am actually impressed. Because I went after him knowing that if he did lash out, at least I could take it.
Yeah, still, that...
It is Raw, Lamar. That is his family. And that man obviously did something horrible. Eleanor saw a babe in the woods captured by a hunter. Eleanor, may
So-
I have the photo, please?
Yes, of course. Here.
Thank you. And she places the photos back in her purse. Now, there was a few other matters I needed to discuss. By the way, Sylvester's, although reopened, is off limits until I say. After the raid, the feds are still checking on it from time to time. My connections within the police will let me know when they stop.
All right, that's fair.
With the rehab of this club, I will be rebranding it. It will not be Sinners and Saints anymore. It will be Club Confession. I will be altering the appearance so that it is not such on the nose towards the church. And the format will be changed. There will be variations of house music, which is a European style of music, to dance to, but it will have influences of the culture of this city. There will be a deep house room, there will be a funk house room to play on the mid-century influences in this city, and then in the VIP lounge there will be a jazz house music that is a bit more laid back and relaxed.
Oh. Okay.
You like that?
I like it, but if that jazz club, if the jazz here starts competing with the jazz down the street,
It
you
will
know
not.
who.
Because it will be more dance music than jazz, if you know what I mean. It has jazz influences, but not jazz music.
Okay, that works.
Also, with the rehab, I will be building out the basement. We will have rooms similar to what we had at Sylvester's, so that in case we need to stay in a case of emergency, we have somewhere to stay. We'll make sure that the access to the Undercity is available for our use in case of emergency. And, Roscoe, I understand with your shop being compromised, you will need somewhere to store things.
That would be helpful, yeah.
I will ensure that there's a place for that, a library of such.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. The lounges that I have set up in the wing on the second floor have nearly been completed. They should be completed by the time the rehab is done. They are, well, as it was explained to me, Faraday cages. They basically, electronic devices do not work in them. So not only do we have a warded club where it is hard to snoop, we will have also prevention of mechanical snooping as well in those rooms.
I like that a lot.
I will be having those available to certain exclusive patrons if they request it for meetings. But it is also for our use if we need it. The third floor will not be touched other than this conference room being repaired. Our offices will remain intact. And I look at Destiny and I basically tell her that I am happy to work with her on some techniques for enticing Genghis when we go to the pit.
Okay. she kind of gets that look on her face like
What the fuck?
she'd like to argue it, but she also has that look of, she kind of is clueless about how to work it.
Do not worry. I will make sure you understand, and maybe if Sam calms down, I can get him to assist us a little bit. Is there any other matters that you all need to discuss? No? Are we
I'll
good?
say no for right now.
Okay.
There's a knock at the door to the conference room.
I walk over and open it.
And Jerry's standing outside the door.
Oh, Jerry, what is it?
Ma'am, there's a Mr. Alan Sovereign here to see you. I've got him in the VIP section right now.
Okay, escort him to one of the lounges. Take him to the first lounge because it is complete.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And let him know we will be there expediently.
Yes, ma'am. I will let him know.
Okay. And she closes the door. Okay. The Seneschal is here finally. I need, Roscoe, your assistance.
Yes.
I would like for you to report going to a fight at Roche's gym and spotting him going into a back room with Manatelli.
Okay.
That is all you will tell him, that you went to a fight and saw Roche go into a back room with Manatelli. That is
Understood.
all. Do not tell him more, do not tell him less. Tell him only that. Lamar, I would like for you to join me as well, because you are going to report the incident of running across Lupine to him. The prince had requested information on Lupine. We are providing.
All right. I can do that.
Good. I will only be facilitating because I am not allowed to work with him. Let us go.
So who all goes down to the lounge and who doesn't? Because Destiny hangs out in the conference room. Actually, Destiny has some business she's got to attend to. She's going to take your thing to heart about New Sylvester's, so she's got to rearrange her place of meeting.
Mm-hmm. Find somewhere else that has lava.
Right. But so she leaves. Eleanor, are you going with them into the conference or into the lounge, or are you staying in the conference room?
Jackie,
Yes, darling.
would you like me to come with you, or shall I stay out of sight?
I think in your current state, it might be best for you to stay out of sight.
Yes. I agree.
Looking out for you, dear. But
Oh,
I will
yes,
be
of
with you
course.
as soon as I can. Okay?
Of course.
Okay.
Have fun. Good luck.
Thank you, darling.
Thanks. And Lamar will accompany Roscoe and Jackie to the lounge.
Okay. So you all go in the lounge. And when you walk in, Alan Sovereign is there. White hair, wearing double-breasted suit, spectacles perched on his nose. Welcome, welcome. I wondered how long you would keep me here.
Not long at all, and I apologize for any delay that we have caused for you.
Well, I was in the area, so I decided to stop in and see why you wished to meet with me.
It is actually me facilitating a meeting. You see, there was information that the prince had requested when he met with us at Red Number 5.
Yes, I remember that evening.
And we at the time had no information. However, now we do. Lamar, would you please share with the Seneschal your experience?
Yeah, so down on the south side, was there a few nights ago taking care of some business, and I was accosted by a group of fellows that they looked out of place. That was the first clue I got that something was wrong. I tried to avoid them, but one of them caught up with me, and took me a little bit to realize, but it was a lupine in his, well, pretending to be human. And he'd split off from his buddies, but he basically pulled me aside to say that there are some people among his group that don't want any trouble with us, but they're in the minority versus the ones that do. Now, when his buddies called his name was Tommy, but when his buddies called his name, I took the opportunity to get the hell out of it because, well, yeah, he wanted to talk, but I was pretty sure his friends didn't.
Very interesting. Tommy, you say?
Yes, I couldn't pry a last name out of him, and I figured discretion was the better part of valor in that situation.
I'll have to ask. See if Tyrus knows anything, or perhaps Rosa knows something.
Do you have a description of what he looks like, yes, Lamar?
Yes, I do. I actually have a sketch that I can get for you. I'll be right back. And Lamar runs back to the conference room, grabs his sketch pad, and he'll bring back the sketches of the individuals.
Thank you. I'll pass this along. I'll let you know what we find out.
Very, very well. And as is probably known, I do make the rounds to various events throughout the week. And I overheard that our sheriff is looking for potential information on those who may have been harboring Gino Manatelli.
Yes, that would be correct. He is a bit obsessed with it.
Well, Roscoe, please share with the Senshaw what you shared with me.
I had an occasion to go to a fight at Roche's gym not too long ago.
Wait,
and I
Roche. Killian Roche, correct?
Correct, yes.
Please continue.
I saw him, Killian, go into a back room with Manatelli. It was unmistakably Gino. He's unmistakable.
Yes, you were from D.C., weren't you?
Yes.
And you say they went into a back room together?
They did.
Very interesting. I think the sheriff would be pleased to hear that. Even more interesting given, well, the lineage in question. Well, that's maybe that's some good news, and maybe it'll calm Damien down a bit. He's itchy. Is there anything else you wish to speak with me about?
As far as official business, no, not at this time, but I would like to offer my gratitude and thanks to you for the assistance that you provided our coterie when we first got our start in this domain.
Well, I'd love to claim it was my idea, but it was not.
But still, you provided it.
Yes.
So I thank you.
Well, of course. You are missing, your newest member, I see.
He had some business to take care of tonight. You have arrived unannounced. If I knew you were coming, I would have had everyone here.
Very good. Well, I thank you. And he starts to head towards the door, and as he reaches the door, he stops and turns back. Actually, is Eleanor around? I wish to speak with her.
She is. Let me check and see how she is at the moment. You know how they can be.
Of course.
And I go upstairs to Eleanor.
And as you walk in the room, she's like walking around the room as if and talking to herself or perhaps an imaginary amphitheater of people.
Eleanor.
But Jackie.
Eleanor, darling.
Yes?
And she puts her hands on the side of your face. The Senshaw wants to speak with you. I need you to gather your wits, please.
Oh.
Can you?
That's unfortunate. I think I can.
Please.
Will you?
And she gives you a kiss on the cheek. Come.
I will go.
Okay, come.
I go with her.
And while Jackie had left the room, Alan Sovereign doesn't say a word to Lamar or Roscoe. He just stands with his hands clasped behind his back. casually just walking around the room.
And it is very luxuriously decorated. There is comfortable chairs and small tables and basically very well decorated.
And when you come back in, of course, as soon as the door opens, he turns.
And I escort Eleanor in, as you requested.
Ah, Eleanor.
Hello, Seneschal. How are you this evening?
Well, could be better, could be worse. It's what it is, I guess.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry to have bothered you, but I have a question.
Oh, of course.
Would you have happened to have seen Jason Newberry around lately?
The Primogen?
Yes, we haven't seen him. I'm sure you've heard the rumor. It's all through Elysia, of course. That I was wondering if perhaps you've seen him at the group therapy sessions or something like that?
No, nothing like that at all.
Group therapy?
Eleanor, please roll. Composure? Subterfuge.
It's not a subterfuge.
Yes, it is.
She hasn't been to the group therapy.
But he asked first, have you seen him? But you can use your innocent specialty, of course.
Excellent.
Because you're very good at playing innocent.
Oh, willpowering that?
Well, if you hear anything.
Didn't we see him at Red Number 5 the night we met with the prince?
Yes, he was there. You met with the prince as well that night.
I believe that's the last time, wasn't it?
That was. I had not seen him after that. Except when Sam joined us.
Oh, that's right.
But we did not speak then, for it was indeed you were having a meeting.
Jackie's turn to roll.
Okay.
Composure subterfuge.
Mm-hmm. We are going to actually rouse for a surge with that. That's fine. I'm a little bit hungrier.
Your voice, your beast speaks. I know you like to protect your friends. But really? You're lying to your own clan? For a Malkavian.
Oh, that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
With a crit.
Okay. I see your rolls. Well, again, if you see him, please let me know. Or you can, of course, tell Alexa or Damien or, I guess any of the members of the court.
Oh, yes. If I hear or see anything, I shall.
Absolutely.
Good. I like that. Well, I'll be going. I have other business. As I said, I happened to be in the area and wanted to stop by. And as he goes
glad you did.
to step from the room, as he opens the door, he takes one last look back at Eleanor and then closes the door behind him.
I would like to insight that look.
Okay. You can roll your wits or intelligence. I'll let you roll either one with insight.
I would like to insight as well.
Go ahead.
I am using a willpower. So that gave me 3.
3. 4 for Eleanor. Okay. You're not sure? He believed Eleanor. You don't know what part, but he's suspicious of Eleanor's response. But he did not look at you, Jackie.
Mm-mm. He is suspicious of you, Eleanor.
Yes. I'm just not entirely myself tonight.
I know, darling.
Well, that's not good, but let's not go borrowing trouble.
No.
If there's
We will
a
wait.
problem,
If they summon you later, we will deal with it then.
Yes.
for now, do we have any other business on the table we needed to address?
If you have a moment to speak with your sire, Eleanor,
Yes.
ask them to rewrite your memory.
Yes. I will.
If they are capable. Because I worry they will try to examine you.
Yes. You are probably right.
So does the coterie split up at this point?
I believe so.
And now we're going to flash to Sam as he left the club.
Sam is in his car, driving. Not really. All he knows is that he's heading south. He's not really paying attention to where he's going. And then when he finally does look around, he realizes where he's at, and he looks to his left and he slams on his brakes.
It's a house you recognize, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. And he will park his car, and he will leap to the roof of the house. It's a old, rundown, 2-story Victorian.
It's been abandoned a few years.
And he leaps. He gracefully lands on a balcony for the attic room, and enters in through the window there. And almost instantly is assailed with memories of a time before. And I go to what was once my room, into the little closet there. And he lifts up one of the floorboards, and inside the floorboard is a wooden cigar box.
It's actually right where you left it.
He wipes the dust off the top, and a little bit of Vitae lands on the cover. And he opens the box, and inside there's 2 objects. Polaroid and a set of brass knuckles. He picks up the brass knuckles, kind of just laughs and shakes his head, slips them into his pocket, and then he looks at the Polaroid. The Polaroid was taken by a very nice nurse, and it's of his mother holding Sam's baby sister Angie, short for Angela, in the delivery room.
It's quite faded at this point.
And he pockets the picture as well, and flips back out, gets back in his car, shoots a message to Roscoe, just says, "Hey, I'm back on mission. I'll contact you later. And he checks his phone to see, does the GPS search for the phone he gave Eleanor, and takes up position until the sun rises, and he will return to his own haven and rest for the day sleep.
Sam, I would like you to do a wits awareness, please. Or you can go wit streetwise. I will let you pick which one.
Total of 4 successes.
At one point during the drive back from the house, you can swear you were being followed briefly.
Oh, I'm going to use my drive to lose that tail.
Okay.
I'm going to surge for that too. I get hungrier.
You get hungrier. Your beast speaks in your head with Lasky's voice. Didn't like what you found out tonight, huh, boy? You're not going to like what I got in store for you, are you?
As the blood drains from my knuckles as my hands are on the wheel and I'm cutting left, cutting right. Oh, last time I saw you, buddy boy. Papa's got a brand new bag now. And you best believe I'm coming for you, baby.
You know, I'll always be ready. And then the beast goes silent in your head. Now, you got 5 successes on your drive roll. You lose them pretty quickly. Obviously, the person wasn't that great at drive.
I would, at some point, I would like to pull off into a alley, shut everything down, and let them pass me, and then get make and model, maybe a description of the driver.
You couldn't tell the driver. The windows were tinted, but it was a Ford F-150.
Get a look at the license plate then.
Okay. And you note the license plate down.
Does it say government vehicle?
No, it does not.
Okay, good. All right, that's information for somebody else to look up. Right now, I've got a mission to accomplish.
Okay. And so you go to do your mission. Now, as the coterie goes their separate ways this night, with Sam, of course, pulling surveillance as long as he can before he has to retreat for daylight, and the rest of the coterie is returning to their respective havens. Eleanor, when you return to yours, Fred is sitting in a chair in your haven. Still catatonic, but sitting there.
Close the door.
When the door closed, the head lifts up. And
Hi, Fred.
the eye looks a little better, but there's still some red of some sort of trauma. Hello, daughter.
Hello. Your eye looks better, but still injured.
Yes. I may have overexerted myself a bit. What was that in your head that night? It hurt me, and I don't like being hurt.
It hurt me many times. I wish I could say what it was. I'm still uncertain. is powerful and it sees much and goes places not of this world.
It should not be in our web. That is
No.
ours, and it is not of us.
Perhaps it is a maker of doorways.
I'm going to find it. And I am going to make it pay.
Are you certain that is wise? To attempt not knowing what it is?
Does not matter. You do not use that which is not yours. You know this.
I do. And I walk forward and I sit down on the floor by the chair.
Did you find my gift?
I did.
I heard his scream in the web when he ended.
It was thoroughly dispatched.
Good. Perhaps others will learn.
Perhaps, if they know the signs to see.
They don't need to know the signs. The web will give them a feeling.
I see. But, a question of this gift. I heard afterwards that this is a ritual you have performed many times before for others.
Well, yes. Of course. I always give my chosen a gift. Though, sometimes they proved unworthy.
Oh. Yes, I suppose there must always be some. Sad.
Yes. But not you, dear daughter. You have always done what you should.
I have always done my best.
And I am proud of you.
And I must tell you that this pattern, it is known.
Well, of course it is. That's the point of a pattern.
And, well, yes, indeed it is. But there are those who would stop you and destroy you. And that news is now noised about.
They think they can hunt the wind. You can't hunt the wind. They don't even know the god they attempt to chain. Let them come. They have come before, and I still walk. You can't stop nature. You can't stop inevitability.
No. But it is my duty to tell you that it is known amongst others
Well,
now, and that they will start to look. But I do not presume to tell you what to do. I can but say and ask.
I will have to leave you for a short time, child.
Yes.
I do not wish the hunters to find you,
No.
but I will not be far. They wish to hunt me. Let them hunt.
Some might suspect that I know what happened to the Jason Newberry. I am not as good sometimes at lying. And
Why lie? You did not leave him that way.
no, but I saw him and I know what happened, and I was asked if I knew aught, and I said no.
Is this
And
a threat to you?
it could be if they choose to ask again and use disciplines and powers to do so. It is not something I would avoid them, but I am not the wind yet.
Would you like them removed? I will
No.
remove the one who asked the questions.
No, that everything is balanced on a fulcrum, and to tip it too far one way or another might, while very interesting, might be a little too much. Unless everything burns all at once, and there are too many separate fires yet. Perhaps not that, but I know not if it is in your power, but to remove that memory of me would be protection. They would not find it then.
You do not understand what you ask, child. I
I
would
do
not burn
not.
this city down. There is one here who would not let me. He
The one in the
lurks
lake?
the streets.
Ah,
I feel him,
yes.
and I owe him much. I cannot destroy the city while he resides here.
Oh, I see. Well, then
What you ask is difficult, child. It's to destroy your memories is...
and it's just not something that I ask lightly nor even understand, but it is the one thing that I can think of that would, without ultimate destruction and chaos, I know not what other answer. It is not something I wish to forget, for indeed this gift was one of the greatest that you have given me. I
Do not cry,
never
child.
felt such power before, standing there.
Do not cry, child. Do not. You've always had power. You just are young. Have not seen what I've seen. I chose you long ago and watched you so many years to guide you. One day, you will take your place with me. But not yet.
There is much yet to do.
There's much of a human still within, of a lesser being. But I understand. In time, the lesser being will die. And then you can be like me.
Like the wind or the sea.
A walking God.
One day.
One day.
One day.
I will do as you ask, child. But know I will put the memory back when the time comes.
I know it to be true.
Yes. And Dolly drops the form of Fred once again. And the kindred that stands before you, as always, neither male nor female, but both simultaneously somehow. And Dolly takes you in their arms and gives you a hug and whispers a bit in your ears. This may hurt, child. I'm not skilled with subtlety as some others.
I will endure.
My sire has always been the one who was subtle.
Will you tell me of them someday?
Not my secret to tell, unfortunately. But I was chosen to be his hand. Though we've since parted on that. He wanted to hold the balance, neutrality. But the wind is not neutral. The wind sweeps all before it, child. Now come sit with me. Look into my eyes so that we may fix this for now.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Dolly and Eleanor, spend the night. And I think because we plan a time skip after this, this is going to be where we go to break. So that we can return from break with the events of the time skipped and then continue from there. I thank you all and see you after the break.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Elizabeth Bathory. I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, break me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory, blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Elizabeth Bathory. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow with I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul, we don't have to hide. To burrow within. Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. For the break, it was a bit of a roller coaster of an episode so far, I think. Ups and downs, and ended on a horrifying note, I think. Now we're going to be doing some time skip, but we can't skip right to the end of the time skip because there's some events that are going on during the preceding parts of this. Undeterminate amount of time, of course, because we don't like counting exact time in this game. But first, we're going to actually flash over to Lamar. Lamar has a phone call he wanted to make.
So he will have Tyrone dial the number in question. And then once Tyrone's dialed the number, he'll go ahead and take the phone from him and wait.
You want me to give you privacy, boss?
Yeah, this will only take a minute.
No problem. I'll be in the other room if you need me.
Thanks.
And the phone rings a few times and a woman's voice comes on the line. Hello?
Good evening. It's Lamar.
Wow. I mean, you're a little bit staticky, but wait a minute. How did you get my number, Lamar?
From a mutual friend.
Okay, well, I'm not going to lie. I'm glad you called me. What's up?
Yeah, I've been thinking ever since that night at the club, and then recently when I saw you talking to that new guy, Sam, really. Look, can we just stop with the games, okay?
I mean, I haven't really felt I've been playing games, but if we can be straight shooters on this.
You talking to the Bruja, like not 10 feet from me.
I mean, you were sitting with the tart, so I figured. What's fair is fair, right?
But there's a difference. The Destiny is part of my coterie, and that's public knowledge. You coming in and, having a good time with Mr. Grant, that felt like it was personal. It felt like a kind of a little bit of a shot to
the way she was leaning into you. I think that was a bit more than coterie discussion. She was leaning. Her body language told me that she was pretty interesting.
She's part of my family, and you know that.
Yeah, well, I understand. But if we're going to be straight shooters here, I'm not interested in him.
You're not. Well, all right. I guess I feel a little better about that. Look, why don't we take some time just to sit down and talk about all this face to face, okay? I don't like doing this over the phone, and I don't want to go to, I don't want to go anywhere where my friends are going to be. After everything that's happened, let's just keep all the other people out of it, like, Nero and Jackie. Let's just keep them all out of it.
I'm fine with that. I mean, what do you got in mind?
Well, there are other clubs in this city to go to. Why don't we check them out? I feel like there's some places that we could go have a fun time, and
I can think of a few places. I know a couple clubs we could go to.
Okay, I'd be happy to. You pick the place, and I'll drive, and we'll see how it works out.
See, that's an interesting prospect. I'll be sweet on you on this one, and I won't suggest Succubus Club because I play there, which kind of would put you at a disadvantage because, well,
And I know you like the place, but the scene there is just so busy.
We want something a little quieter.
Quieter, a little more, intimate. Right, we can let our guard down a little. I mean, if you're okay with that.
I mean, I'm okay with it, but let's just say I'm a bit hesitant about your motivations, but we will give this a try for sure because, I mean, that is what I've tried to tell you.
You did try to tell me, and I was wrong, and you were right. I'm a big enough man to admit when I'm wrong. You probably won't get that from any other guy.
It is refreshingly rare, and we'll say that. So, we'll meet up in a few nights for sure, and she gives you a date and a time. And we'll see how this goes. I'm glad you called me, though.
I'm glad I made the call.
Well, it's good talking to you. I've got some business I got to go take care of tonight, but we will definitely see each other very soon.
All right, then I will see you soon.
And Kathy hangs up the phone. Now, Lamar, you did say the word coterie on the phone. But in this one case, you are Lasombre. Your voice comes back through staticky and garbled. I will be making a roll to see if the Second Inquisition noticed kindred-related words.
Okay. I will point out Lamar was at his place, away from coterie, away from the group's domain. So if this does fall back, it falls back solely on him.
Okay. And I made my roll, and we'll see if there's consequences for that action.
Okay.
For either one of you.
Okay.
And now we're going to flash to a different scene. I believe Sam had a text he was wanting to send.
I thought that was already sent over the time skip.
Well, we're still in the middle of time skip, so
okay.
Sam can send his text to Jackie.
Send a message to Jackie. Got some info for you. Need you to track it. Need you to run it down. Where can we meet?
She looks at the phone and well, he's obviously got his demeanor back in check. Meet me here, and she gives you the address of her cabaret. Ask for me with Etienne.
Just sends back Wilco, 20 minutes.
And the address she gives you. It's a cabaret, of course, but when you come inside, it's the oddest thing. There's people wandering the floor in various states of dress. I'm not going to say undressed. None of them are wandering the floor, but are naked, but they're various provocative outfits. And they're carrying around, all of them seem to have a book in their hand. And you keep seeing poker chips on the various tables. And they were being sold at the front of the cabaret, but you're not quite sure the significance of this.
I mean, I see them buying poker chips instead of changing money changing hands, which is a legal loophole. I can make suppositions.
Everywhere with a poker chip on it sitting on the table actually has somebody sitting with a book at the table with them.
And there's also menus on the table.
Mm-hmm. And when you come in, there's actually a burlesque show is going on the stage.
I'll pick up one of the menus and take a look at it.
Inside the menus is a list of readers and the types of stories that they tell, and the associated cost in chips.
I'll drop the menu on the table and just...
Etienne walks up to you. Mr. Grant.
Steve? Where am I headed?
Steve?
Just go with it, dude.
The name is Etienne, sir. Jackie is in her office. I will take you.
Cool.
And he leads you back to an office. Now, He goes up to the door and he actually knocks on it. And then he says from outside the office, "Ma'am, Sean Grant is here to see you."
Perfect. See him in.
Oh, that catches him a fucking elbow in the face.
Does it now?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
What are you rolling, strength plus brawl or dex plus brawl?
I'm going to go with strength. Or maybe not the face, maybe the ribs. I think that's more appropriate. Come on now. Wait.
5 successes from Sam. Not enough to beat Etienne's 8.
So I miss, or what?
No,
happens?
your elbow goes out to hit him, and you actually feel his arm push your elbow to the side some as he sidesteps.
And then locks it behind your back.
No, he doesn't lock it. He just deflects the blow just to show he could have done something.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Let me
waiting in
make
the
a note.
office, sir.
Let me make a note.
And he opens the door.
What is the matter?
Nothing, ma'am.
I'm going to insight that.
Oh, you know he's lying.
Okay.
He's being the gentleman he is.
Step inside and tell me what happened.
I gotta roll his willpower against his bond, which is a bitch.
Yeah, he's got a 6-point bond.
Yeah, I know. He steps into the office. 6-point bond's a bitch to beat.
Sam, are you coming?
Sure.
Just a slight disagreement establishing a few things, ma'am.
Close the door for a moment. Have a seat, Mr. Grant.
Yes, ma'am. Etienne steps out of the office and closes...
No.
Oh,
He's going to
stands there?
stay.
Okay, he closes the door and stands by the door.
What did you do?
It's nothing important, ma'am. It was a matter
I
of
did
etiquette.
not ask you.
Yes, ma'am.
You're asking me?
Yes, I am asking you. You destroy my furniture, and now what did you do?
Just a little friendly ribbing between pals.
Etienne, tell me exactly what happened.
An etiquette lesson, ma'am. About proper names to address each other as.
This is how you come to ask me a favor? Disrespect
asking.
my assistant?
You know what? I can see you're in a sort of way, so I'll just
No.
see myself out.
Oh,
And
no.
Sam turns and starts walking away even as she's speaking.
Etienne doesn't move from the door. He's still partially blocking it.
You will learn manners, Sam. You have come into my establishment, disrespected my assistant, and you expect to just brush this shit off?
Ma'am, I do not think he meant disrespect.
Oh, he's being coy.
He was just forgetting etiquette.
And at that, I'll turn back to Jackie and say, you know, Jackie, when I start getting straight answers from you,
Ask me your questions.
and at this point I will step in the office and close the door. Who the fuck is loading?
Have a seat.
You were already in the office?
Yeah.
Etienne was just blocking the door to get out?
Yeah, so just have a seat. We will talk.
And Etienne's still at the door. He hasn't been dismissed yet, so he's standing there.
Etienne, you may be dismissed. Thank you for your service this evening.
Yes, ma'am. I will be in my normal place.
Thank you.
And he, without a look or even a glance at Sam, he opens the door and steps out into the hallway.
First, who informed you it is Loden?
You said it the other night. I don't know who that is, but you said it was some kind of way. Who is he?
Loden was the former prince of this city.
And
He sired...
And One-Eyed K thinks he's the prince of the city.
Indeed. It's good you have
Sure.
enough wits to put two and two together.
Okay.
He sired many Chowder because that was legitimately the only power he had. Because his Primogen Council had gutted everything for him. He was an abject failure.
And that's who you're dealing with, feeding information to.
I am careful about what I provide.
So you got your fingers in a lot of pies there, Jacqueline.
Indeed.
And there's other little things.
Like
but
what?
We don't need to get into that now.
No, we can.
We don't need to get...
Let's have our coming to terms, Sam.
Sam takes a piece of paper out of his pocket and sets it on the table. That's a license plate. Somebody was following me. I ain't coming here to ask you for shit. We're supposed to work together. This is us working together. You find out who that belongs to and do what it is you're supposed to do.
Quiet.
Oh,
She calls her sergeant.
It rings like 3 times. Jacqueline.
Sergeant, how did your wife enjoy those ballet tickets?
She enjoyed them. I'm still not sure what the fuck I was watching. Just a bunch of people prancing in leotards, but
you
whatever.
are such a wonderful husband and indulge her.
Well, I still don't know how I convinced her to marry a schlub like me, but whatever.
You know when you have a good thing. Have a favor to ask. I need some plates, Ron.
Sure, I'm in my cruiser. What you got?
Okay, and I read off the number.
Let me see here. Hang on. It's coming through. There's Comeback Ballard Industries.
Thank you so much,
It's
Sergeant.
one of their registered as a work truck construction site.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sergeant.
Hey, no problem.
What you need next?
No, I don't know. I'll let you know.
You know where to find
She's
me.
still talking like she wants to go see more of that damn ballet, but for all I know, next week she's going to drag me to opera.
Oh, goodness. Well, right now, nothing really good is on stage, but, maybe something will suit her fancy.
Yeah, I can hope.
Okay.
Anything but damn the ballet. Of course, I say that and I haven't been to see the opera yet. I may change my mind. I may want ballet again.
You may. Very well, Sergeant. You have a wonderful evening.
You too, Jacqueline.
Mm-hmm. She hangs up the phone. Ballard Industries.
Awesome.
Understand I had no idea of your connections.
I know you didn't.
I did not mean to bring up something so raw.
We do our best to compartmentalize.
Indeed we do. I'm very experienced with that.
Something you said.
What is it?
She works for you now.
Mm-hmm.
In what capacity?
She is an escort.
You sure about that?
I am.
You might want to rethink that.
It is her choice. I did not force it.
No, but somebody else did. And we both know who that somebody else is.
I have had her thoroughly examined. All of them that came from that pimp have been thoroughly examined.
I don't care about the rest of them. I care about her.
I understand that. I also care about her.
She's not going to work like that.
Why wouldn't she work like that? Educate me, Sam. Tell me about your sister.
You probably know more about her than I do.
She was traumatized, abused, starved.
By Lasky.
By her pimp, on Lasky's order.
Mm-hmm.
The pimp is dead.
And so she traded up for you. Doing the only thing she knows how to do.
Exactly. I have resources at my disposal to help those that want to get out.
Then I recommend you encourage her to change professions.
She has ambition, Sam. She wants a life of her own making.
And
But
she ain't gonna get that working for you.
yes, she will.
How? Explain to me how being a
Escort?
prostitute...
An escort one is not a prostitute. Check Illinois state law.
Yeah, okay.
Second, the education that I put my trainees through is not just about stepping out of street work and becoming elite workers. It is about financial literacy, long-term planning, so they do not have to do this for the rest of their life.
Well, yeah, eventually they're gonna age out, aren't they?
It's not that. It is not that. You think I am like the man Lasky works for. I am not.
I don't know what you're like, Jackie.
No, you don't.
You know why?
Hmm.
I don't make assumptions.
Fantastic.
But I'm gonna tell you like this. The days of my sister doing the thing that Lasky forced her to do, whether it's under your banner or somebody else's, are fucking over. I told Bosco not to bring me back to this fucking city.
Sam, I will not force her to make a choice that she doesn't want to make.
It's not a fucking choice. You get that? You get that, right? She's not making a choice, Jackie. She's doing the one fucking thing she's always done since I don't even fucking know when.
And you know what? So did I, and I made my fucking fortune out of it.
Well, bully for fucking you. Maybe if you had someone like me in your life, you wouldn't have had to. I'm doing the best I can from the position I'm in.
You men always think that you know best.
Yeah, it comes back to that, does it?
It does. It does. You are trying to protect your sister because she cannot think for herself. She cannot do for herself.
Because for the past, I don't know, I'm gonna guess 20 years or so, she's been a goddamn sex slave.
I understand that. She is not a slave anymore. And I ensure she is protected.
But she's still doing the thing she was forced to do.
I know I can't, but Jesus Christ, I wish I could have you talk to her.
This ain't about me being a man.
No, it's
Hell,
your...
I stopped being a man 20 some odd years ago.
I know.
If this were about me being a man,
Fine. You are being an overprotective brother.
Yeah, you want to know why?
She has had...
Because for the past 35 years, I haven't been able to. The one thing I failed to do was find her.
And now you have, and you are not pleased with her outcome. So it is your expectations that have failed you.
Expectation. Now, I made a promise to my baby sister and my dying mother that I would take care of her, and I haven't been able to because everything in this fucking world has been against me. Before I even knew it, I was up against the biggest crime family in this fucking city. Before I even fucking knew it, I had the fucking Chicago PD breathing down my neck. I've got scars on my body from fucking kids being handed sharpened fucking toothbrushes to slice me up. I've got scars on my body from fucking
I am
bullet
sorry.
wounds from duty served. I've got scars on my body from a lot of shit, Jackie. None of them bother me. The one thing that does bother me is that the one thing my sister's doing
Is what she wanted to do.
How is that what she wants to do when she doesn't know anything else?
I gave her opportunity to do other
How?
things. While
She has been institutionalized her entire
Listen.
life to do this one fucking thing.
So help me, keep interrupting me, Sam. I am trying
You'll
to
do what,
explain to you
Jackie?
what I have done with her. When she first came to me first, she was referred to one of my people to find out what she had been through, to find out what she really wanted, if she wanted out or if she wanted in. And that is the choice she made, not coerced. It was her choice.
You ever heard
Then-
of Ice Pick
no-
Slim?
So help me, Sam, you are pushing my limit.
Really?
I really. And when I got her, she was in such a sad state. I had her take time off and made sure she had ample fucking money to feed herself and get herself healthy again. I sent her to doctors. I sent her to psychiatrists. On my dime. To help her. Because I am damn certain that those that come to me never have to worry about the monsters of their past again. And then, while she was recuperating from her traumatic experience, when she felt she could actually do some work, I put her on the phones. Before I ever put her into any kind of training. Just to make sure she was okay first. Yes, I am a monster. But I have a humanitarian side, Sam. And I have my people looking into this asshole because he deserves to be brought to justice. But I hold my hand because you have asked it. And because I do not wish to start a war with a well-connected and powerful venture in this city. But don't think I wouldn't if you hadn't asked me to stay my hand. No one in this city knows what I am full capable of.
You ever heard of ice pick, Slim?
I have not. It's probably after my time.
Yeah, probably.
I am old.
So you pulled, what'd you call her, Sandy?
That is what Destiny called her. That was her name on the street. I
You
know
pulled
her.
You pulled Sandy out of the gutter when she had no more tricks to turn. You fed her, clothed her, you bathed her, you held her close. You took care of her needs. You made sure she wanted for nothing. And then you presented her with a choice.
No, the choice was
Start turning.
the choice was presented before all of that. You are mistaken.
That's not what you just said.
I actually did. That when she first came off the street, she was presented with her choice.
What choice was that again? Refresh my memory.
If she wanted to stay in and be successful at it, or if she wanted to be out and placed with secure employment.
So the choice was
Both very viable options. Most of the staff you've seen...
Jackie? You presented her a choice when she was still broken, beaten, and starving. And you, like an angel from on high, lowered your hand and said, I'll get you out.
I didn't even know her until after she met my person.
So which is it, before or after? Because either way,
Destiny told me she had a friend that needed help. I gave her a contact that could help. A lawyer, an advocate.
What it boils down to is you came in, you took care of her.
Should I turn her to the wolves?
You should recognize what it was you were doing.
I know what I was doing. Should I have turned her to the wolves? Is that what you would have preferred, to find her dead in a gutter?
You said justice. You think you think freaking trading one pimp for another is justice? Or is that just part of the game?
I know what I am, Sam.
And what's that, Jackie?
I know what I am. You can form your own fucking opinions.
What is that? You tell me.
Yes, I am a pimp. But I am a pimp who treats her workers well. I do not abuse them. And I hope that they are actually successful and can actually retire.
But what you did do, Jackie, is you took this girl at her lowest, and you twisted her up, and made her feel like she owed you.
Desperate people do things all the time, Sam.
Oh, of that I'm well aware.
So am I.
And you say you want justice.
I do.
then don't use that desperation against her
I'm not.
to line your pockets.
Do you know, on her contracts, I get nothing. I also ensure that her contracts are reviewed by me personally, because I know when to recognize a kindred is asking for someone. This is not my first rodeo, Sam. I have done this in numerous cities. She is protected, and I do not take a single penny of her commission at all. What she makes is what she makes.
She works on commission.
It is the contract. We charge a commission for the contractees, and the commission is then divvied up amongst operating expenses and then what goes to the escorts. But I will tell you, operating expenses do not come out of hers. She gets all her money.
But you get paid first.
Not on her.
I know how commission works.
Not on her.
You go to the jeweler's, you buy yourself a diamond ring. It costs $3,000. The salesman gets 3% of that. That's commission.
I understand.
Everything else
I am telling you.
goes to the jeweler. You can tell me all you want,
I can,
Jackie.
and you can believe me if you want or not. But I am being honest with you.
Well, ain't that just a fucking rare artifact to find in these modern nights?
It
Honesty.
certainly is. But I know bullshit isn't going to work with you.
Tell you what, Jackie, let's stick a pin in this. There's business to be done.
There is indeed. Because now I have to have a meeting with Ballard.
Good luck.
I will be fine. He likes beautiful women.
Where's that picture of Sandy?
Take it out of my purse. Slide it over to him.
I pull the Polaroid out of my pocket. Slide it in front of her.
She was the babe in the woods that the hunter got.
That's who you're pimping out.
I know. But she makes all her money.
And I take the Polaroid back, put it in my pocket, seeing that it had no effect. Didn't think it would, but worth a shot. And I'll stand up and say, just text me when you need me, and I'll leave.
And as you step into the hallway, you notice at the far end of the hallway that you've never been fully down, a half door, basically a door that's broken into two pieces so the upper and lower parts can be opened. You can just catch the glimpse from the upper part of a blue-eyed man with a shotgun watching the hallway, with Etienne at the far end of the entryway part. Just taking precautions, sir. Have a good evening.
I'll stick my hand out to Etienne. Say, well done. Sorry for the confusion.
No problem, sir. It's not the first time. We've had etiquette matters.
Yeah, and
people.
you know people like me, we bristle at the thought of etiquette.
Well,
You're all right.
you're not the only one, sir.
You're all right. And I'll abscond from the...
And as you
Bennett.
step out of the area and leave the hallway, you hear the other door shut, the top half of the door shut. Jackie, are you planning to call Ballard now?
Absolutely.
Okay. You actually get a secretary for Ballard Industries.
Good evening. This is Jacqueline Durand, and I would love to try to get on Mr. Ballard's schedule. It seems some of our business interests might be similar or possibly even very much in common. And I thought we might be able to have a discussion about it.
Yes, ma'am.
At his convenience, of course.
And you can hear the boredom in her voice, like she's, I'll pass the message to him.
Thank you.
And I'm sure somebody will get back to you. You can tell that she's had these calls a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I will leave my number with her to call me back.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your efforts this evening.
Have a good evening, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Now, Sam, you head out into the night. Now.
And I'm texting Bosco. Hey, Bosco, it's time to do some house cleaning.
Now, we're flashing, actually. That text hasn't arrived yet, Roscoe. We're flashing over to your shop, where Eleanor, in a very generous mood, has come to help you pack up the books, because you know she loves your books.
Oh, thank you for helping me, Eleanor. I really appreciate it. It's a lot to do in a short period of time.
It is. And I mean, I you've done so much and I've done so very little for you, so it is the little I can do to help pack up your books.
Oh, I don't consider it little at all. I really, this means a lot. Thank you.
Of course.
While we have the chance to talk, I was talking with one of my friends who's familiar with the problem we're having.
Oh, yes.
She has some familiarity with the entity that I had allowed into the shop, and apparently their etiquette requires that, or suggests anyway, that if they take something, they always leave something.
Oh.
I've tried looking for it everywhere, and I haven't found anything at all. It's eluding me. I hate to ask, but...
Would you like me to look?
Would you please? I'd really appreciate it.
I would be very glad to. It is something that we would notice. You think? What they left behind?
I have no idea what it could be.
And you have inventory. There was nothing mundane left.
No,
nothing
physical, nothing corporeal is out of place.
Well, let's have a look, shall we?
Okay.
And Eleanor, as you walk around the place, as soon as you step in the back room, and some of his books that aren't on the shelves yet, one of them, well, you did notice the tablet seemed to be glowing an odd blue color. But that
was here before.
You've seen the tablet before. There's a book in the back room that's also, but it's glowing more of a putrescent green.
That's an odd color.
What do you mean?
This book, and I point at it but don't touch it yet.
Okay.
This one, it glows, but it's sort of green. Odd sort of green. Not like the tablet, which was blue.
Okay.
Other things tend to be blue. This one is green. It is one of yours?
It's actually a book. It's Dante's Inferno. Very old copy.
Okay. This is it's one of my acquisitions from some time ago. It's I don't know that it's not an original manuscript, but it's a very early version of the Inferno.
In Italian?
Yes, it is.
Oh. I reach out and very quickly tap the cover and see if anything happens.
No.
Roscoe?
Yes?
I'm going to have a closer look at this book. Do you mind?
No, please do whatever you wish, but do be careful.
I will. If anything goes very horribly wrong, you should run. Very fast. You are good at running, yes?
Not particularly, but I can manage. I don't know if I can. We'll see.
We will see indeed. Hopefully it will be nothing terrible. And
should I tie a rope around you and stand at the doorway and yank you in case?
Yes, that sounds like a perfect idea. Perhaps, unless,
Roscoe, you don't have any rope, but you have twine handy.
Twine?
That's not nearly sturdy enough.
No, I don't think so. Oh, well.
Let's have a peek, shall we?
Okay, let's look.
And I will pick up the book, and I'm going to use Spirit's Touch.
Oh, brave, brave kindred.
I am. I will rouse first. That is a failure.
Mm-hmm. And your beast speaks. Eleanor. Or do you still go by Evie? Evelyn? So many names. It's funny. Your sire loves to protect you. And yet they did not save you from me and my special attention. And then the voice goes silent again, though you can hear a malignant chuckle as it fades.
And I think to myself, do not test me. And remind me, storyteller, is it intelligence aspects?
That's correct. Intelligence plus aspects. The beauty of Fantasy Grounds is you just click the dot next to Scry the Soul and it pops up for you. It's
you know
wonderful.
What? That is true. I forgot that it did that.
Nice. 4 successes. That's pretty good. It's definitely not Dante's Inferno. Not at all. Matter of fact, as you go through and you look back in time with it, the handler set of circumstances, the book first came into being, as it were, not too long ago. Week, maybe. And when you go back, you can sense it was held by something familiar. 4 successes. The one who held it reminds you of Ben in some ways, but not Ben. Because there's a twisting to what feels like Ben, something else with it. And before that, it was a stick that came from a hedge. And that's as far back as you can see.
Roscoe?
Yes?
This is a stick.
A stick?
This is not a book. It is a stick. This was crafted from a stick of the hedges.
From the hedges, you say?
From the hedges. And someone brought it, and it was like Ben, but not Ben.
Is this like the deck of tarot cards that had a glamour on it, or is this something different? Does it feel different to you?
Storyteller, how
It's
similar
solid.
is it?
It's there. The only reason you can see the glow is it's there, it's physical. But based on your successes, I will let you. It's possible that you saw a glow because it was created and it's not of this world.
I'm not certain. It feels as if it seems different, as if it was something created. Something from something else. It does not seem to be glamored, and it is not a stick now. It's still a book. At least it seems to be still a book.
But that's it. It's worrisome that it came from the hedge.
Yes.
Who knows what other powers are attached to it?
Yes, and why would it seem as if whomever had it was like Ben, but not?
You think? I mean, back when you said a while back that Ben gave you the amulet, but it was not Ben that when you talked to the real one, he was like, I don't recall. That wasn't me.
Yes. Yes, and then when you and I and Lamar went to see Ben, the emissary was there.
Right. Yes.
Briefly. The voice in that vision that my sire stopped. It couldn't have been. But perhaps there were two voices. They were speaking together in unison, and one might have been Ben.
Do you think maybe the other one was the emissary speaking over him, with him at the same time?
Yes, I begin to think so. I feel certain that is what... Oh. Then it is deeper than just whatever the emissary is. Popping in. For chat.
And looking at the book, do you feel any kind of connection to the emissary? Or touching it when you did?
I feel the Ben, not Ben. And of course the connection with the hedges, but I could try looking again.
Oh, only if you feel like it wouldn't endanger you. Do you feel like anyone's watching you when you're doing this?
Did not feel so. But then they may be alerted to the fact that we have found this thing.
That's true. Well,
it seems a good supposition that somehow it is connected to the emissary, whatever they are. Wherever they are. Oh. And I wonder if I should go see Ben.
that's probably not a bad idea.
And I do not know if that would be more harm to him. But it seems wrong to not. But what of this?
What of the book?
Yes.
Well, I think it should perish along with the rest of the shop.
Yes.
I see no good purpose to keeping it.
I agree. And I am uncertain what it does other than glow.
Right. And we may not want to find out.
No, we might not wish to. And I gently set the book down on the surface from which I took it.
And it's a book. They're still glowing to you. It's a book.
Bye, book. Or book that was once a stick.
Goodbye, Eleanor.
What? Did something happen? What?
Did you hear that?
No. But your face, look, something happened.
I heard someone say goodbye.
Where did it seem to come from? Did it come from the book?
Yes. Perhaps we should finish this conversation
Elsewhere?
in the other room.
let's do that.
All right.
And do you leave the back room, leaving the book where it sat?
I'm not sure it's going to stay where it is,
I suspect you might be right.
but I'm not sure how to chain it in place. I mean, my bowl of Quicksilver was broken, and I don't have a big enough one to put the whole book in.
Oh, yes, it is quite a big book. And there are no spells that you know?
Not spells as such. I mean,
Yes.
it's possible. Let me look in my stores of supplies. I mean, maybe we could put a ring around it, put a circle to hold
like
it in
salt?
place. Yes, exactly. I may have some specifically for that purpose. Let me go look in my stores and see.
Yes, good idea.
You can tell me, Lance, you can tell me, Roscoe, whether you have any of this in your stores. What's in your stores? Do you have salt?
I keep a supply of some occult things, just for use in, like, when I'm examining new antiquities. It's probably not something I'd have a whole lot of, but I might have some. Maybe we can try it.
I think it sounds like an excellent idea to try.
Okay. Well, I'll be right back.
All right.
You go back into the back of your shop, and you'd already packed up those supplies, but you know what box you put it in. It's marked. And you find and dig out some salt. Anything else you're looking for while you're in it?
No, that's it.
Okay.
We have broken him in Zoom chat this evening, y'all.
Bear with him. He's getting all kinds of wrong advice through Zoom chat.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I found some. I mean, it's not as much as I'd like to use, but it's better than nothing. I mean, if I had a huge wooden stake, if it was a vampire, it would hold it in place, but I don't have one. So.
Yes. And you never know, if you drove something into it, it might start bleeding, and that would be...
Yeah, that could be problematic.
More odd. I'm sure taking care of the building will take care of it, though.
Let's hope so. And I pour the salt around the perimeter of the boat.
Okay. Put a nice healthy circle of salt around it. The book doesn't seem to react.
Stay. What?
Well, it doesn't seem to. Well, it didn't catch fire and it didn't disappear.
No, and it hasn't started screaming or bleeding or anything. Right. It hasn't said anything else.
Okay, well, let's bid it goodbye again. See if it talks to you.
Bye, book.
We'll see each other soon, Eleanor.
I don't think the salt stops it from talking.
That's unfortunate.
You have a horseshoe? Or something made of iron?
Well, I'm sure I have iron somewhere.
I might put it on top of that.
Okay, I can try it,
Maybe.
sure.
Can you go and rummage and find some iron, which actually any occultist shop would have wrought iron. of various types. Matter of fact, I think in your collection was a set of old thumb screws. Dating a few centuries back at least. What do you do with them? How did you just lay them on top of the book?
Well, if the book had had thumbs, I suppose I could secured it that way, but I could try tightening it against one of the ears of the book.
As soon as the wrought iron touches the book begins to smolder where the wrought iron touches it.
That's not ordinary behavior in a book.
Not usually, no. Now, would I know that this is, storyteller, would I know that this is any particular...
Well, legends say that the Fae have always been weak to cold iron, but it also names a number of other things that were always considered weak to cold iron. That is a very common weakness through myths over time. Spirits, supposedly. Witches, supposedly, also weak to wrought iron.
Demons?
Intelligence and occult. Five successes. Nice. As far as you're aware, demons weren't weak to that.
Okay. And you say that the color of light that you see coming from it is a greenish color.
Greenish color, yes.
Stories have it that it could be, Fae related.
Yes. I know that bit of folklore myself. That's why I thought perhaps we could try iron.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other things you know of in your lore that it could be?
I mean, there's a few things, but nothing really comes to mind at the moment.
Well, assuming fire doesn't take care of it, nor this little bit of iron, then I suppose we might be seeing this stick again.
I pretty much count on it. I'm sure we're not done with our friends.
No.
Well, I think everything else in the shop is packed. Let's get what remains out and finish up before something else happens.
And Roscoe, you get a text on your phone from Sam. Bosco, it's time to clean house.
And I reply in caps, yes, it is. Let's do it.
This is where we're going to end Episode 4, Windy City After Dark. Now, for the viewer vote, let me get this first, and then I have something else I want to bring up real quick. For the viewer vote for this week goes to Jackie, Eleanor, and Sam. They were the 3 highest votes, so I'm giving it to those 3. Now, I want to say, for those that aren't on our Discord that don't understand, we had a problem recording this week's episode. We had a power outage while we were recording, and we almost lost the entire second half, but we managed to recover most of the episode and have convened to finish filming the episode. And because these players are so dedicated that they reconvened, redid all their character outfits and makeup just so we could finish this episode, I'm giving all 5 of them a bonus XP for their dedication to the stream and the game as a whole, because it was a stressful night to almost lose our recording. So I want to thank everybody for that and all these wonderful players for coming so we could finish this episode out. Please pop over to our Discord. Vote on who gets viewer vote. Yes, Sam.
Real quick shout out to Shanky up there for tirelessly working through the night to recover said
Yes,
recording.
he did. Thank you,
Yes,
dear.
I don't know how I did it because an unfinalized MP4, it's not easy to recover, but we did it and our backup audio did it.
Success is when opportunity and preparation meet.
Yep. So please pop on our Discord. Vote on who gets viewer vote for this episode. Remember, you can vote for one person, multiple people, all the people. Whatever you want to do, vote for it because it's your way of showing your appreciation of who you think pulled the scene together or pulled the episode or you just prefer. We love doing that, of course. Remember, bits and donations, those go to the players, not to Relin or I. Subs go to the channel. Bits and donations always go to the players. It's a way for the viewers to give them something back for their time and effort they put into playing this game because, yeah, it's fun playing it. But there's time and effort that goes into getting in character and getting your makeup and getting all set up. Well, unless you're Roscoe over there, that's his shirt he wears to work. You know?
No.
See, I'm gonna speak for Roscoe here. No, he just always looks that good. So
that's what we'll go with that. Now,
I'll take it.
Look over here. You want to see other great content? We got some friends over here. Ravnos Archon. Matter of fact, he's gonna get mentioned here in a few minutes. We'll talk about that in a second. Check out his channel over there, RPG Table. This week they just finished up the Monster Hearts 2 3-part miniseries that was fucking amazing. And some of the players, Junie, she's over there at the RPG Table, runs a vampire game. Check that out. Great shit there because that was just bonkers. That was a great game. I know I'm forgetting a whole shitload. Oh, merch. You want to get some merch? Check out our merch.
And YouTube.
And, oh, yeah. And you want to catch our back content? See, I am off kilter because it's not our normal night for doing this. Check out our YouTube over here. We got all our back episodes of Windy City. Our Wraith stream back episodes are there. There's links to Haunted Chronicles for their back episodes and Ishvel and London Esoteric Society for those who want to catch up on the old D&D stream we had or the new Call of Cthulhu stream. Please join our Discord, not just to vote. We cast our shows from the Discord. So joining our Discord gives you a chance to join us. We do a weekly Zoom meeting on Friday nights where anyone on the Discord can come hang out and chat with the rest of the Discord, see the cast of various shows, and just hang out and chat. We've even started doing a monthly community game night where right now we're playing Blood on the Clock Tower, which is like Ultimate Werewolf / Mafia, but dead people get to keep playing, so it's a lot more fun. With this crew we have, it's bonkers insanity of just a bunch of sus. So now I'm going to turn it over to my wonderful wife so she can do her talk about the schedule and all that.
All right, so coming up over the next week, we actually don't have any content streaming during the weekdays. We will be returning on Saturday for a back-to-back RPG spectacular. We have at 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, Blades in the Dark. The Obsidian Syndicate is back in our serial game that runs about once every other month, and that is run by our Game Master Tiss, who also runs our Call of Cthulhu stream and ran our D&D stream. She does Blades in the Dark with great players. I actually was a player in that game. Last episode, my character went back home, and now they are bringing in a new player. So you don't want to miss that on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern to see what this criminal organization gets up to.
And for those who liked Monster Hearts, the new player that's joining the cast
is Rev Ben Powers, who played Connor. Yeah. And then you'll get to see Rev Ben Powers again because he's now got the streaming bug and he's in like everything.
He is applying for every game, so we love it.
But he will be back again at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday with our mage, the Ascension to Eastern.
Neon Rain on a broken 45.
Yep, that is run by Ravnos Archon, who is also in my Monster Hearts game. I mean, look at all my Monster Hearts cast are like all over Mixtower Studios now. And he's running that at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's got some great guys in it that are playing in 1984 Miami. There's some really hinky shit going on down there in this time, and it's going to be insane.
Big hair.
Or not so big haired.
Or not so big. It's the 80s. Neon, lots of synth in the music. It's the 80s.
It's the 80s. So
And mountains of cocaine.
and lots of cocaine, baby. Lots of cocaine. But
Hookers and blow. Hookers and blow.
okay, let's not go there. But but anyway, so that's our Saturday. It's a twofer special for you on Saturday the 3rd. And then on Sunday, return to see us at 5 p.m. Eastern for our next episode of Windy City After Dark, our Vampire 5e stream. What in the world is Jackie going to do after this god-awful meeting with Sam? I wonder.
Yeah, what is Jackie going to do? Is there any consequences for both Lamar and Kathy for using the word coterie on the phone?
Yeah.
Lamar has an
Zero gonna
advantage.
have a bad night at some point?
Lamar has an advantage of his voice is hard to pick up because of his La Sombra curse, but hers, quite clear. Sam's got to deal with his consequences, and good old Eleanor and Roscoe. You got a book.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not anymore.
Eleanor's memory has been rewritten. What hasn't been asked is what memory came in its place.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So next week's going to be a crazy episode. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and it also marks the midpoint of the season. If you thought the first half of the season was a little bit hectic, a little bit high paced, got bad news for you. The second half is going to be even worse.
We are slowing down from here, y'all.
Nope. This is the Empire Strikes Back of seasons right here.
Yes.
If you think anyone's coming out of this in a good spot,
Mm-mm.
you're not watching the right stream,
Mm-mm.
because that's the way it's going to be. So I think the players for that one. Yes, Sam, what do you got on this one?
Does that make me Lando?
That totally makes you Lando.
Yes.
Wait a minute. If that makes you Lando, who's the Tauntaun? That's what I want to know. Who gets to be the Tauntaun?
I mean, I thought he was Han because, he shot first.
Oh,
See, I like that.
this is the crew we have here. So I do thank you all. And again, I thank these players for reconvening on not a normal night for recording, just so we could finish this for everybody, because power outages are no fun. But if we were streaming it live, it would have still been a problem because we would have lost power and then there would have been an episode. It would have just ended. So I thank you all for coming. And from McStabber Studios, I want to say, please, mental health, it's no joking matter. It's no laughing matter. Take your mental health seriously, please. Check in on friends, check in on family, check in on all your loved ones. Please make sure they're okay, because a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are still struggling right now. And maybe your voice is what helps them out. And right now in chat, we have a bunch of numbers of support lines that you can call or you can text. And if you're international, there's even a website you can go and put in your country and get support numbers for your country that can get you the help you need. And whether it's professional or not, please talk to somebody, because we can't all do it alone and we need each other to get by. And before my wife cuts me off because she was about to, please go get vaccinated. Look, I have serious what's called white coat phobia. I hate doctors. I can't stand going near doctors. But even I went and got my shots, because the alternative is that COVID sticks around. And then every winter we're going through lockdowns, and let's stop that. We're getting tired of lockdowns, and we need to make sure everybody's vaccinated so we don't have to deal with it. And now I'll let my wife interrupt so she can put anything. You got it covered? Okay, then.
Yep. Basically, take care of yourself so that you can take care of others that you care about. Get your vaccination. Take care of your mental well-being, because that's important. And we here at McStabber Studios are all about community, and we want our community to be around for a long time because we love you guys. So thank you so much for joining us this evening, and thank you for allowing us to entertain you, because we've really had fun doing this. You all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
And don't worry. Berlin and Mickey Bear are still friends, even after that scene.
Totally. We are so, he's like my brother, okay?
So, good night, everybody.